In 2008, it was branded Jersey's House of Horror. Physical, sexual and psychological abuse of children, with some claims stretching back as far as the end of the Second World War. Just the sight of these walls can strike fear into the hearts of those victims. And it's because of this the Care Inquiry report brought in a raft of recommendations.
There are minor or mini triggers, if you like. You know, we all love the air display, and then you get a helicopter come over. And of course, now that's probably one of the most common things for service people, is the hearing of the helicopter will take them straight back, probably to the most dangerous thing they had to do.
This hall was once a prison to more than 100 islanders. They were held captive there for 29 days by Argentine forces with little food and water. Now, 35 years on, it sits at the heart of the community here at Goose Green. This is a regular routine for Warren. Hooked up to a machine, 3 days a week, for hours at a time. Without it, he would die.
It's quite severe. I mean, if I didn't have dialysis, I'd be dead within 7 days, I'd say.
An opt-out system presumes consent for a person's organs and tissue to be donated, unless they stipulate otherwise. This means each person has to make a choice. Option 1, you opt in and join the organ donor register. Option 2, you opt out and say you're not prepared to have your organs donated. Or option 3, you do nothing, in which case it's presumed you're happy to donate.
We were told that should we be foolish enough to try to escape, we would be well and truly looked after. That, of course, all presupposed we would escape without being shot by the guards, who had strict orders to show no mercy.
Mike, why is it so important to remember people like Stanley who fought for Queen and country and gave us our tomorrow?
Thank you, that's a really good question, and I'll answer that by quoting something that will be used for our Remembrance Sunday at the Cenotaph in Jersey, which is the Kohima epitaph, which says, "When you go home, tell them of us and say, for your tomorrow, we gave our today."
The last time I saw Andre was Sunday the 12th of November 1944. It is a date which I shall never forget.
It's a well-known fact, often highlighted by politicians and islanders alike, that Jersey is in desperate need of more housing. At the moment, there are more than 1,000 people on the Band 5 waiting list, and more than half of those are wanting a 3-bedroom house. The others on that list are wanting a home with 1 or 2 bedrooms. But getting onto this property ladder remains one of the biggest issues for people in the island. Well, today I spoke to Jersey's Harbour Master's office, who say they're disappointed to hear of the breakdown in relations between the RNLI and the St Helier lifeboat crew. Kathy isn't alone in writing to the planning department to say that this difficult turn here is a nightmare to drive on and a questionable place to put a new development. Keep an eye out for people who might be sleeping rough in the island. Morning, Lisa.
Morning.
We're stopping you in your job today just to find out what it is exactly that you're doing at the moment.
From a bunny rabbit to a lapwing, these are just some of the animals the GSPCA have rescued so far this week.
This little prickly creature is just 4 months old. Sniffer dogs in school. I'm here with Jersey's Police and Customs Dog Unit to see them hard at work in their new training ground. The for sale sign went up just a week and a half ago, and already this unusual plot of land has attracted a lot of attention. But it's a worrying sign for local conservationists who think the land should be protected and remain in the hands of the public. An enjoyable and rewarding activity all round, and they even taught me a thing or two.
That's it.
There we go. Well, sort of. Sophie Dulson, ITV News.